In the run-up to the Lok Sabha polls, the final budget under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government aimed to resonate with key voter segments, particularly farmers and the economically disadvantaged, while maintaining fiscal responsibility. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman unveiled measures to stimulate tourism, housing and the adoption of renewable energy in the interim budget announced on Thursday. However, the allocated funds for infrastructure development, including roads, ports and airports in the world's fastest growing major economy, fell short of expectations. Despite a positive response in the bond market due to plans for reduced market borrowings, stock markets experienced a decline. Sitharaman expressed optimism for the next 5 years, envisioning an era of unparalleled development and golden opportunities to realize the vision of a developed India by 2047. A comprehensive budget will be presented by the incoming government after the elections scheduled for April and May. Prime Minister Modi, with his increasing popularity following recent state victories and the inauguration of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya, stands in a robust position to extend his decade-long tenure in power. The interim budget outlined various winners and losers, setting the stage for further political and economic developments. The winners. Agriculture. India is strategizing to encourage both private and public investments in post-harvest activities with a specific focus on modern storage facilities and efficient supply chains. Additionally, there are plans to enhance self-reliance in the production of oilseeds. A comprehensive program is in the works for the advancement of dairy farmers, aiming to uplift the sector. To further enhance productivity, increased spending is anticipated in the fisheries sector. These initiatives collectively underscore India's commitment to fostering growth and sustainability in agriculture-related industries, while prompting self-sufficiency in key areas of the economy.
For ensuring faster growth of the sector, our government will further promote private and public investment in post-harvest activities, including aggregation, modern storage, efficient supply chains, primary and secondary processing and marketing and branding.
Middle class. The government increased the threshold limits for tax rates for individuals to provide more money in the hands of taxpayers and boost consumption.
Housing for middle class. Our government will launch a scheme to help deserving sections of the middle class, and I quote from Honorable Prime Minister's words, living in rented houses or slums or chawls and unauthorized colonies, unquote, to buy or build their own houses.
Tourism. The government is set to incentivize states to establish tourist centers and promote them on a global scale. In a bid to support these initiatives, there are plans to offer long-term interest-free loans to states specifically earmarked for the development of the tourism sector. This strategic approach not only aims to boost local tourism, but also underscores the government's commitment to positioning India as an attractive destination on the global stage. Renewable energy. While the government announced viability gap funding for tapping into the initial capacity of 1 gigawatt in wind energy, it was met with some disappointment, falling short of industry expectations. The losers. Infrastructure. The budget laid out a modest increase of 11.1% in infrastructure outlay, taking the proposed spending to 11.1 trillion rupees in the next financial year. EVs. The government is planning to expand and strengthen the electric vehicle ecosystem through measures including developing public charging infra and wider adoption of electric public transport. However, it did not extend the $1.2 billion subsidy program that's ending in March. Jewelry. Jewelry stocks including Tata Group's Titan Co, Kalyan Jewellers India Limited and Senco Gold fell Thursday as the government left the import tax on gold unchanged at a high level of 15%. The industry has repeatedly sought a reduction in the tax to stem illegal inflows into the country and aimed demand as a lower duty would make the precious metal cheaper for consumers. India imports almost all the gold it consumes.